Hey, welcome back. Have you ever found yourself struggling to sell a product, a service, or even just an idea? Well, guys, let's get serious. I mean, nobody wants boring sales pitch anymore. There's a lot of scam going on in the market, and clients, they don't trust easily, right? So if you are facing or going through these kind of problems, today I'm gonna tell you the best sales closing techniques that will absolutely change your sales career. So stick with me and let's go ahead. Step number one, always start with a hook that grabs more attention. And trust me guys, I can tell you that from my personal experience, the first 3 seconds of your sales pitch are everything. Either you have a deal or either you have a handout. If you can engage your prospect in the first 3 to maximum 5 seconds, then you have a chance to get him on board. Let me give you an example. Let's say if I'm dialing, right, and I tell him, hey, this is Paul, I'm calling you from XYZ. That's boring. That's outdated. That does not work anymore. Instead of these common and boring pitches, you should try something interesting. Let me give you an example for that. So let's say you're calling, you say, hey, do you know that businesses lose 70% of their clients with one simple mistake? Right, now that is something that might have their interest. And you can also say, what if I told you that you can double your revenue with applying these two formulas, right? That could grab their attention. A month ago, my client was barely breaking even, and now he's making 2x of what he was doing the past few months. At least by these kind of pitches, the client might give you a reply. The client might ask you questions, right? So it's all about engaging him with the perfect hook. Step number 2 would be focus on their problems, not your product or your service. Now guys, this is where majority of the salespeople mess up. If their call is picked up, they're just going like blah blah blah, we offer this, we are best in the market, we're gonna give you trials, we are the cheapest, try us. That does not work. People do not buy products. People do not buy services. People buy solutions to their problems. I would repeat that. People buy solutions to their problems. So you have to make them understand that you are providing a solution to what they're already suffering from. And then you might be able to close a deal, right? Rather than just saying, hey, this is John and we offer social media marketing. No, that's what rest of the people are saying, right? So let me give you two very potential pitches that could help you get reply from him, and then you can build up the conversation by asking more questions. So you could give him a pitch. Are you tired of posting online and getting zero results? Right? And step number 2 that you can ask him is, frustrated with spending money online and not getting any results? In their mind, as a customer, if you think like a customer, in their minds, they are nodding their heads, right? And that is what is happening. So rather than just starting off with a pitch that is very regular, that is very common, you should ask a question that would at least give you a yes or a no, right? And before dialing, before asking them question about their businesses, always do some research and development on them, right? Always do some research that how many followers they have on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever, and how regular have they been posting, right? And how many views, how many likes, how many comments are they getting on their every reel, on their every post, and have their analysis with you when you're calling them. So let's say if a conversation is built, he knows that this person is not doing a cold call. He already knows about me, about my businesses, about my struggles. So this is very important. Be a solution to your prospect's problem. Step number 3, introduce your solution, but keep it very simple, guys, right? Don't try to oversell anything. Now it's the time, because now you have focused on their problem. Now you have hooked them, right? Now the conversation is building. Now it is time to showcase what you can do for them, how you can solve their problem. So rather than using the so-called pitch or so-called promises that are being used, like we provide and we specialize in multi-management and some outstanding payroll integrations through social media marketing. No, no, don't use anything like this. Try to keep it simple. I can give you 2 to 3 very good points. Let's say if you're trying to sell social media marketing services. So what you can tell them is, I help businesses get more leads through targeted social media marketing. That could be simple, concise, and to the point. You could also use, we create data-driven campaigns that attract high-quality clients. That could be your second point, right? And you're with a client on a Zoom meeting, and you're sharing your screen, showing some testimonial of the clients. These are the simple lines that you can use because they're to the point. What you're telling them is what is you're showing to them. That builds trust, that builds credibility, right? You could also use a line like, unlike others, we don't just run ads, but we also focus on long-term organic growth. Not all the time clients want to spend money to get results. Obviously, if a client is spending money for, let's say, 12 to 18 months now, he should be getting some organic growth as well. He should be getting customers or orders without running ads. It's simple as that. Always try to be a solution to the prospect's problem, and that's how I have been turning my prospects into potential clients for the past 6 years. Step number 4, always show proof that it works. Because let's get serious, guys. No matter how good a salesman you are or how good your product or service is, people don't trust words, they trust actions, right? So I can give you technique which I have been following. Rather than just having him over the call, over the audio call, or even if you're in the meeting and you're just bragging about how you did it, right? Always share screen and show numbers. If people see testimonials, if people see numbers, right? If people see progress reports of your existing clients, that is going to build credibility, right? Always showcase how you made a difference for a client who has been working in the same industry as himself, right? Obviously, if somebody is selling microphones and he's your client and you have been helping him selling microphones through social media marketing and he has been progressing, you get another who's in the same industry, right? If you show him that, see, this is how we began, this was his revenue in the first 3 months, this was in the second quarter, this was the revenue in the third quarter, that's going to build trust. He's going to believe you that, yeah, this guy has experience with my industry. He has been helping somebody make money already, right? So always showcase what you're talking about. This will really help you guys. Step number 5, create urgency and give a clear call to action. Let me ask you guys, have you ever had someone say, yeah, this sounds great, this is wonderful, let me ask my manager and get back to you tomorrow, and then you disappear? They simply disappear. They're never getting back to you. You know why that happens? Because you have never created urgency. But here's how you can fix that. Let me give you some examples of how you can keep them hooked and create urgency. You can always tell them, hey, spots are filling up fast, so why don't you book a call today? Or you could tell them, this offer is only available for the next 48 hours, so don't miss out, right? So by these simple lines, by saying these simple statements, you can have them hooked. And here's the bonus, guys. My number 1 sales closing trick is the assumptive close. Well, I learned this trick from reading a book that is, I believe, one of the best books a salesperson should always read, and that will really help him in his career. It is Secrets of Closing a Sale by Kevin Harrington and Zig Ziglar. I believe it's one of the best books if you want to have a career in sales. Always offer something or something else. Never offer something or nothing. That is very important, guys. So let's say if you're in a call with a client and the meeting is about to end, and you ask him, so is it okay whatever I told you, and we can have a meeting next time? It is way too easy for him to say no, or he might tell you, yeah, I'll get back to you, I'll let you know. Always pitch him like this. Would you like to get started with a basic or premium package? Or you could say, let's get you onboarding call scheduled. Does Tuesday work for you? These kind of closers will create an urgency in his mind that yeah, this deal is good to go. We are already good. So in his mind, he is already your client. So the assumptive close is one of the best formulas you can use to have your clients onboarded, to turn your prospects into your clients. So guys, these were the 5 points with a closer I believe can really help you in your sales career. Now I want you to drop a comment and let me know that what has been the hardest sales point for you guys. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you guys in the next video.